Hey, we got somebody here already. What's going on, guys? Happy Sunday evening from lovely Superior, Nebraska. How's it going? Hopefully, we have a good little live stream tonight, and I don't get interrupted with a call from work this time, like I did on my last one. But we'll see. Although I wouldn't mind going to work, so we'll see what happens. But so far, so good. Todd Snake, what's going on? How you doing? Thanks for coming in. Hope you're having a good Sunday. Hope you had a good weekend. Trying to still getting things set up here. There we go. That's a little better. I want to get the flag centered. Chivlos Adventures, what's going on? How you doing, man? Thanks for coming back on in here again. I really appreciate seeing you again. Well, we got a little crowd going. We got 7 people. Cool. How's everybody doing? Yeah, that rock chip really bummed me out. It really sucks. I'm going to try to repair it, do the repair thing rather than replace the windshield and see how it looks and see if it keeps it from getting any bigger. But we'll see. I'll call the insurance company tomorrow and see if that's covered or not. I don't know. If not, I'll just pay for it. But Chad, what's going on? Chad Campster. Thanks for being here. Danny Curler, what's up with the $10,000 to see 2 guys race? Yeah, I was watching that video earlier. Todd says he's doing good because the Cowboys won. Cowboy fan, huh? I used to be Bronco fan. I don't really watch the NFL anymore, though. So yeah, I was watching what's his name's video earlier today. Kevin Van Voris about the you're born and raised in Dallas. Cool. Danny Curlett was once a Broncos fan. Chad's glad the Haskers lost. Me too, but don't tell anybody. I don't want to get in trouble. They'll kick me out of the state. I'm just 2 miles from the border, so they'll drag me right over and leave me in Kansas. Not a big Husker fan. I moved here from Colorado. My college team's Colorado. They suck too, but Todd Snake, you turned 58 on Friday. Well, congratulations. Dodge Boy, what's up? How's it going, Dodge Boy? We've had pretty nice weather the last couple of days. Been like 55-ish. Pretty nice. We had some cold weather for a stretch there, but now we've got some pretty nice weather, so can't complain much. We'll see. I haven't paid attention to what the forecast is, though. I didn't even look, so I don't know. I'll find out. I used to find out from customers at the 2 different stores I worked at, and now I don't really have any customers per se, so I don't really hear the weather predictions unless I look them up myself. Dodge Boys, you're sitting here in Cali right now. Cool. Probably nice, huh? Got 8 people already. This is cool. All right, we got a nice little crowd building. This is cool. I like this. Glad to be here. Sorry I missed it last week. I got called out at about 3. I think it was about 3 in the afternoon. I had to go out, and I didn't get back till 9 something, 9 or 10, 10:30. I think it was. I don't remember, but so anyway, it was too late to do the stream by then. So sorry about last week, guys. I did come in the other night for a little while. Once again, got called out during, or was it during the day? I guess I came in on Tuesday. I think it was, and work called me right in the middle of the stream. Some of you guys were maybe here. I can't remember. Yes, I am, Chad. I really like it. It's kind of like not working at all. It's fun. I like it. I enjoy driving. So the best part is dropping off the crew somewhere like, a couple 100 miles away or whatever, and just having all that the return trip alone. It's great. I love it. So yeah, Todd, I saw some of those questions. They are tough, huh? BNSF. Danny says, come to New York or North Carolina and you can get a red eye for $66K. That's a hell of a deal right there. Yeah, did anybody figure out question number 2? Hey, Becky's here. Hello, Becky. Welcome. Becky's here. She's a little bit late, but that's okay. We'll let it slide this time. Yeah, if you like paying high taxes and having ridiculous laws about everything, then move to California. You can't have tinted windows. You can't have any modified exhaust or anything under the hood. It's crazy. No thanks. California. There's not anything in this world to get me to move to California. If they offered me a job for 500 grand a year, I don't think I would do it. John Quinn, how do you afford the Scat Pack? Is the insurance higher? Scat Packs aren't that expensive, so it's not too crazy. I'm old and have a good driving record, and we live in an area where uh, insurance is fairly low here. So, Danny Curlow says he likes how Seattle's car taxes every 2 years. Steve Smith says race at Echo Dragway, New Jersey next year. What's up, Steve Smith? How's it going? Yeah, you can't have a gas cap that pours correctly anywhere anymore. But you can go buy one at a lot of auto parts stores, but that are for off-road only and racing that still work. You're just not supposed to technically use them for regular cars. And they're not cheap, but they work at least. Danny says the OnStar and his Camaro will save him a lot of insurance money and anything that's got 4G LTE in it. A lot depends on insurance. Depends on, of course, your driving record, stuff like that, and your age and things, but also where you live. Certain high crime areas, high accident areas, things like that's more expensive. Certain states are just way more expensive. Here in Nebraska, we live kind of out in the middle of nowhere. There's not much crime. There's not a lot of car theft. There's not things like that. There's not much traffic. So, yeah, it's octane red. I believe the insurance on the Tesla will be about the same. I'm trying to remember. She got a quote a few weeks ago, and I don't remember what it was now, but it wasn't bad at all either. Tesla still hasn't come in. Really no updates. We're still in the ordered stage. Got the financing done, and really no new news to give you there, guys. I don't know when it's coming. No updates on the order on our account or anything. So, Sky One, what's up, Sky One? How's it going, man? Shivo says his insurance in Oklahoma is more expensive than in California. Really? Wow, that's shocking. I figured Oklahoma would be about like Nebraska. Cool, Sky. Good to hear you doing well. Yeah, you don't hear that very often. Usually you hear like California, New York, New Jersey. A lot of the East Coast to West Coast always seems like it has high insurance rates. Sky One says, Joey, can you tell me how to sync the temperature on the left and right in your car? You mean so it's the same on both sides? So what do you mean? Like, because they each have individual controls. I'm not sure what you mean. Like, yeah, I've heard that, John. I've heard in New Jersey is one of the states you always hear people about it and saying. I've heard people that their car payment and their insurance is about the same. So that's crazy. Sky, Sky, I don't know of a way to do that. I think you have to adjust them each individually, as far as I know. Um, yeah, I don't. I've never discovered anything that makes them the same. There may be a way. That's kind of an interesting question. Now I kind of want to look into that. Maybe there is a way, but I think they're just individual. Maybe there is. I'll have to look into that. Now you got me curious. Yeah, I just use the manual buttons and put them to each side, however, whatever we want them at. But Robert Moore, what's going on? Robert Moore says, just stopping by to say, well, what's up? Got to go watch the Mustang launch. Oh, cool. Hey, Dominic's here. Dominic, what's up? Oh, Sky One got monetized today. Awesome, awesome, awesome. Congratulations on that. Yeah, I think New Jersey probably a crime issue up there is probably one of the reasons for the high insurance rates. A lot of cars stolen and wheels stolen and things like that. Vandalism is probably one advantage to living in the middle of nowhere and stuff is there's low crime, so we don't have to really pay for it here. Tail Happy, what's up? There is a sync button on there. I'm about to check that out. I didn't realize that. I guess I've never wondered about it. I just did them individually and never thought much about it. Hmm. So if you bring up the climate page, there's a sync button. Oh, nice. Cool. Thanks for the information, guys. I didn't know the answer, but we always have someone who does. Sky went to a rodeo and was filming. Then, right as you left, one of the bulls got loose and impaled one of the rodeo staff. Oh, man. Not good. That's bad news. Ouch. Ouch. Ooh. Yeah, we should have high insurance rates here because of deer, too, Becky. A lot of deer, a lot of dead deer, a lot of, not very many people around here haven't hit a deer at some point in their life. I haven't. Luckily, I've been in a car when we hit one, but I wasn't driving. I've hit raccoons and possums and rabbits and stuff like that. Yeah, good crowd. It's a good Sunday night. Everybody must be hanging out at home on the internet tonight, huh? Excellent crowd. Sky, I have three cameras. I have a Sony RX10, which is my kind of my main camera that I use when I want to make nicer stuff, and then I have two GoPro like clones. They're not real GoPros. They're from they are 8-man APEMAN cameras, and then I have a another one that's called a Sena Prism Tube, SENA Prism Tube. It's actually a motorcycle helmet camera, but I use it for some of my stuff too. The reason I have two of those 8-mans is because one of them I dropped and the audio is really screwed up. And the audio on the new one isn't that great either, but it's better than the broken one. It still works. The other one still works great for video and stuff, but the audio has a bunch of crackling in it. Anytime you move it at all, it makes a weird noise. I'd like to get better audio going in my videos with some microphones and stuff because some of it's pretty rough. I really like my RX10. It's a bridge camera, so it's kind of between a real camera and an automatic just camera, but it's nice. It's really good for YouTube stuff and some basic photography and stuff like that. It works pretty well. Sky says he loves his GoPro H7 Black, but it locks up sometimes. I've never had a real GoPro. I always have the little fake ones. They seem to work really well. Most of them I've had have worked really, really well, and they're like a fraction of the price. Tail Happy found an 18 Hellcat wide body with 13,000 miles for 53. Well, hell, it's only got 13,000 miles on it. How bad could it be? 53K is that's really cheap. Damn. John Quinn, the hardest part about starting a YouTube channel is just doing it and getting used to filming yourself and walking around with a camera in front of people, and then getting used to seeing yourself on video and hearing your voice. It takes a little while. Now I'm used to it. I see myself, and at first it was like, oh my God, I look horrible, and oh my God, I sound like a weirdo. And walking around in public with cameras and stuff and talking to yourself and all that kind of stuff. And a lot of people want to know what you're doing, or they stare at you, but you get over that stuff pretty quick. You don't care anymore. Like with most things, the more you do it, the easier it gets. So. Yeah, it's probably a third set of tires. Good one, Sky. 53 though, that's pretty. This guy gets approached by followers. Cool. So he traded it in on the 8. I think he'd be okay. Man, that's a good deal. Shit. Did you guys see that Dodge got Consumer Reports top reliability for domestic vehicles? I was shocked by that. Looks stock, not even tinted windows, kind of like mine. Only better. But I want tinted windows. Yeah, make sure you get the history on it. You're not going to really know what the guy did to it, but I mean, as long as it hasn't been, anything weird happened to it. Sky, you had the right answer to the horsepower challenge, but you waited too long before entering. Yeah, I think it goes. I thought it was Tuesday to Tuesday. I think that's what they said originally, wasn't it? Tuesday through Tuesday for each question for however many weeks. I don't know. Telepi says the history checks out, so you've already checked on the history. That's good. Probably won't buy it without seeing it and having it shipped. It's weird nowadays buying a lot of stuff without, kind of sight unseen, but I've bought quite a few things sight unseen, motorcycles and things, and I've been lucky. other than, you know, pictures and video, but not actually seeing it with my own two eyes in front of it. But this guy went to log in and it was already answers. Huh. This guy says new 2019 is a tick when you first start it. Hear that a lot. We got a hell of a crowd in here tonight, guys. This is awesome. Thank you, guys. John asks, if you didn't have a Challenger, what would you choose between a Mustang and Camaro? I'd choose a Mustang. I really like Mustangs a lot. Nothing against Camaros either, but especially the new ones, they just look funny to me. They look like they're smiling. I don't want a car that looks like it's smiling at me. But I do like a lot of the Mustangs. They're doing some great things over there. I think Challenger's doing some great things, and I think Mustangs are doing some great things as well. Todd's. Hey, Steve Fitzpatrick. Hello, what's up, man? Old Camaro or old Mustang, both cool, both very cool. Oh, you had to pull out your old physics book to answer that. I like Camaros too. I mean, I like the performance and everything. They're good cars, and I just don't like the way they look. But I love the way the Mustang looks, and I think it's a cool car, and they're hell of a deal for the money. Ford's doing some pretty good stuff over there, so you can't really complain. Can't really say much bad about it. Joey, have you seen the new puddle lights they came out with? I don't think I have. I really like the new Mustang GT500. I love the GT350s, even just the regular GT. And then there's that dealership somewhere. I forget where it's at now, but they'll take a regular Mustang GT and make it over. Is it over like 650 horsepower or something for like less than 50 grand? I believe it is. It's crazy. Chad Kempster would love to have a 65 GTO or a 68, 69 GTX. All good, cool cars for sure. Todd Snake installed Scat Pack bottle lights 2 weeks ago, and they look great. Cool, cool, cool. You put the Challenger with the slash lights in yours, but you wish they were brighter. Cool. I can't remember what that dealership is or where it's at, but they'll take they'll sell you a regular Mustang GT, and then they do stuff to it. They put a supercharger on it or something, do a couple other things, and it's still under warranty, still under Ford warranty, and everything's covered and all that. And it's got crazy horsepower, and it's super cheap, like less than what I paid for my car, I think. So, did anybody see the Dodge Coronet concept picture? I have not seen that. I have not seen it. Just Dave, no Tesla updates. I was just looking earlier. We still have the order number and the cars funded and all that stuff, but no other updates other than as far as VIN number or any idea when they're delivering it. So Still waiting. It's been, I think, 3 weeks today without any real updates. Oh yeah, Sky, I watched that too. The abandoned GM plants. Those guys going in there. Was it the one where they didn't know what the? It made me feel old because they didn't know what the. They saw the Oldsmobile logo on the wall and they didn't know what it was. No, no, not Ted. Not the. The top is tinted because the whole top of the car is one big window, but it is tinted. But yeah, Dodge. I don't think you can post links. I think it knocks them down as soon as you post them. It turns it. Somebody was trying to do it a couple of weeks ago and we couldn't get it to work. So yeah, baseball cards. I've seen that. I've been watching a lot of urban exploring videos lately. Interesting stuff. I don't think I'd have the balls to do that for some reason. I wouldn't mind doing it. I'm not. The only thing that scares me about doing that kind of stuff is getting caught and getting in trouble. That's the only thing that worries me about it. But yeah, yeah, I think it's the proper people is what it's called. Yeah, I'll have to check that out. Definitely check out that Coronet concept picture, Dodge Boy. Yeah, I kind of been watching a lot of their videos lately. Pretty cool stuff. Pretty damn cool. I was thinking about doing like rural exploring because I'm out here in the middle of nowhere. We could like old barns and crap like that, farmhouses, but probably getting yourself in a lot of trouble or get shot or something out here. So yeah, I'll go that and see what's up. I gotta see that. Yeah, we could do some fake barn find videos, finding some old cool old cars, park them in a barn, and pretend like we just found it there. I'm trying to find that. Yeah, I might get an ass full of birdshot. That's true. Let's see here. John Quinn says, "Have you seen Goon Squad? If so, what do you think? They rebuild cars." I have not seen that one. I don't have my pen. I can't write it down. I got paper this time, but no pen. Yeah, I got a 2003 Saturn we could barn find. I have one right out in front of the house. It's extremely rare. Oh, I see that. I'm looking at that concept right now. Is that it? Pretty cool. Yeah, there's a lot of old cars around here too. We got a lot of old cars. I haven't seen anything like super great, but lots of cool old cars though out in out behind barns and backyards and stuff like that. I see quite a bit of it out here, but a lot of old pickups, which is cool. I'd like to get a hold of a few of those, but Got a 72 Nova from a friend who got it off an old lady. It had 13,000 miles on it. Damn. Perfect interior paint. Sweet. Very sweet. But it was a 4-door. Now, still cool though. We'll just do some fake barn find where I'm snooping around old barns, and you can be the old farmer. You come out with the shotgun and chase me out of there. I'll have it all on video. Yeah, exactly, Chad. I'd stumble onto somebody's drug operation and get killed. We have my motor tube. I don't know about that, dude. Becky's awful quiet out there. Motor boob, motor poop, motor. I've heard them called all kinds of things. Okay, Chad, you could be the old farmer guy. You could run us out of the barn, maybe rack off a couple shots over our head. We'd all make a lot of money off those videos. We just split it all. Yeah, Becky, I agree. You get yourself in a lot of trouble going into barns and stuff out in the country. Especially if you go to the wrong one, you might end up getting. You might wish they were calling the cops instead of what they really do to you. So, yeah, you could ask first. You can always ask people. Let them know what you do. You're not going to mess anything up. You're not going to steal anything. You just want to look around and get it on video. They might. Some of them probably let you. I've let people go onto my old property, my old house, and everything, and do metal detecting. They asked me first. I said, "Go ahead, feel free." I said, "If they find anything good, they split it with me." So I was like, "Cool, go for it." They didn't find any bunch of old coins, not even old coins, just coins and stuff, but nothing good. I used to have one a lot about when my son was younger. I ordered one, and we never really used it. We were going to go out and do metal detecting. I don't know what. I'm not sure where that came from. Why we decided we wanted to do that, but we did. And I ordered one, and we never really did much of it. I think I ended up putting on eBay. No, I don't. Not a lot. I didn't. I just had like a regular house with a pretty good sized yard, but it's an old house in an old neighborhood kind of thing. So he wanted to look around. Todd, you like metal detecting? Cool. It looks really interesting. It's something I could definitely get into. I think if I ever wanted to, it might be something I do when I get a little older. I forget what brand it was I bought back in the day. It was white, I want to say. I don't know if that's the name. I think that's what it was. Yeah. Enjoy watching Green Mountain metal detecting on YouTube. A lot of history in those Vermont hills. I watched some guys metal detecting a while back. I don't remember what the channel was called, but they did the Leonard Skinner crash site where the Leonard Skinner bands crashed, where the plane crashed, and they found a few interesting things out there. Part of the instrument panel and stuff. It was pretty interesting, pretty cool. Chad says if you've watched any magnet fishing videos. No, I've never seen that. They haul all kinds of crazy stuff. I bet you would. Huh, I never. I'll have to check that out too. Down south, they use dynamite. They find guns and safes and stolen cars. I saw where they found a Google Earth or whatever. They found a guy who'd been missing for I think decades in his car under a lake somewhere. Just recently, like. Just Dave, he didn't get shot. The drummer ran for help, and a farmer, he was running up through a farmer's yard or whatever, screaming and yelling, and the farmer came out with a gun. He didn't shoot him, though, because the farmer didn't know what the hell was going on. There's some crazy dude screaming and yelling. I think it took him a minute to figure out what was going on. Then he went and, helped him get help or whatever. But that's right. Jeffrey Epstein did not kill himself. Thanks for calling. I love that stuff. I love messing with the phone scammer people. It's a little hobby of mine. Dang hippies running up in my yard. I like to include some of that stuff in the videos towards the end and stuff. That way, hopefully, if people like it, they'll stick around and watch the whole video to see what else might be showing up at the end, It's crazy how you hear about like that plane crash or any plane crash. Some of the people were killed instantly, and another guy was able to, run for help, which is it's just weird how that happens. Yeah, Randy Rhodes. That was a bad story. Was that 81? I think. Can't remember now. 82. Clipped the bus. I think the tour bus with the plane and crashed into a house. I just saw Randy Rhodes' mom died like within the last week or two. Saw that on one of the metal website things that I belong to. John Quinn said he saw a YouTube video where they supercharged a V6 Challenger to 495 horsepower. What do you think? Would that eventually blow the engine? I don't know enough about that to say, but it seems like you'd be pushing it there, yeah. But whenever you do stuff to cars like that, you're rolling the dice, kind of. Yeah, right after the second album, he didn't like to fly. Yeah, they said he didn't like to fly, but for whatever reason, he decided to go up, and it was apparently maybe having a little bit of fun. That's just speculation, but trying to to buzz the tour bus to freak everybody out a little bit, and maybe he just misjudged it a little bit or something. And I'm not a big fan of flying myself. I really don't like it, and I try to avoid it at all costs. I know it's safer than driving, but if you're driving your car down the road and something goes wrong, you can coast it over to the side and get off the road and figure it out from there. If you're up in the sky 20,000 feet and something goes wrong, you got a huge problem. So I realize it's safer statistically, but yeah, the pilot screwed up on that one. No, Rhodes was on the plane. I think Ozzy was in the bus. I think Sharon was in the bus, and they were at somebody's house. Somebody in the record industry or some rich person that they knew or something. And they were like parked at his house, and there was an airplane, and I don't know if that was that guy's airplane or what it was, but anyway, bad stuff went down. You don't mind flying, you're just not fond of the crashing part. I have to take a little relaxant or something to fly. A little something to make me relax a little bit. I don't like flying, so. Was it the bus owner's house? I knew it was somebody, yeah. It was a really nice house, nice property, and there was an airplane in the bus and all that. Yeah, so. Yeah, I remember when that happened. That was terrible. Becky says one flight in 2016 and never again. And back in the 80s, 86, 87, somewhere in there. I don't remember. Somebody might remember. There was a really bad plane crash in Detroit. Plane taken off, crashed into the highway. We had landed. We had flown to Detroit, and we were staying there, and we had to take off. I don't know if it was the next day or 2 days later. We had to take off out of that same airport, and you could look down and see the crash site as we were taking off. You could look down and see the crash site, all the burned up everything on the highway, and it was pretty scary. And I had a pretty rough flight back. And at that time, they didn't know why the plane crashed, and then there was rumors that there was a bomb and all this crazy stuff, and we had to take off over it. So it was pretty stressful and weird, and it was bad. And then landed in Denver, and then I had to take a plane from Denver to Colorado Springs. And if anybody's ever flown the Denver to Colorado Springs flight, it's horrible. It's just it's like a roller coaster ride. One of those moments where you're like, I'm never doing this again. I'm not getting on another airplane. Yeah, on I-94 there. Yep. Helicopter crasher Stevie Ray Vaughan. Yep, that was a bad scene too. You were on a plane sitting up near the cockpit. You could hear the computer telling wind shear, pull. Oh man. And then I was near another plane crash, a 737 in Colorado Springs where I lived, and it was coming in for landing at Colorado Springs Airport. This was in 91. And you can look this one up on Google too, and everybody died, but it nosedived into the middle of a park. And it was a really weird weather day. It was sunny and windy. It was like super windy, that kind of wind gusts where it like shakes the whole house. It feels like the windows are going to blow out of the house. It was one of those kind of days. And but it turns out there was something I can't remember now, something on the plane got stuck in one position and they couldn't get it to go back. And it happened to several other 737s back in the day, and they got it fixed. But nosedived right into the ground, and we were out there. And we went out to the park and looked, and it was at that time everybody thought it was a small private plane that crashed because there was nothing There was just this big hole in the ground, and the trees were burned, and there was like a tire laying off to the side, but really there was nothing. It disintegrated. There was literally like nothing there. It was weird. It looked more like a bomb had gone off than an airplane had crashed. Big hole in the ground with a little bit of debris laying around, and trees were singed, burned. Yeah, the one in Detroit, I forgot to put the flaps down or whatever. Yeah, it was like pilot error. The one in Colorado Springs that I saw, I didn't see it crash, but I was right there when it happened, and I was there within a few minutes. And it was that was a mechanical issue on that one. They think because of the wind, they were fighting the wind pretty hard, and then one of the controls got stuck in a position, and then they couldn't recover. I don't remember the whole story. It was a famous 737. It was a famous case because there was another one in Pittsburgh that did the same thing, and a couple other ones too. And a couple of them recovered from it, and a couple of them didn't. It was something I can't remember what part it was now, but it was getting stuck in a weird position. Chad says he used to be nervous about flying, but you had to do it for work, so you just kind of got used to it. And yeah, you realize you're totally out of control. There's nothing you can do about it. So it's hard to convince yourself to stop worrying about stuff that you can't control, but it's the right thing to do for sure. Just Dave says this should make you feel better about flying. You counted 15 cars in the ditch last Monday during that snowstorm. Yep. We had that. I went to pick Kim up at the Omaha airport in the Challenger last February, and there was a horrible snowstorm while we were there spending the night. After I picked her up from the airport, she came in at like midnight, so we got a hotel room and stayed there. Woke up to a blizzard, had to drive 200 miles back here in the Dodge Challenger in a horrible blizzard, and I have video of it. I made a video that day, of course, and we got video of, I don't remember how many cars in the ditch, flipped over, crashed. Somehow we scraped through there in the Challenger with no problem, but there was cars all over the place. It was a mess. Sky One says, anyone out there watch G Gang videos? I do not know what that is. Becky says you were on a plane to fly home from Florida, broke down, and you were trapped in the airport for 9 hours. Oh, God, that sucks. That's the other thing. I hate you see a lot of that. So there's something wrong, or flights are canceled, or there's an airplane issue, and then people are just sitting there in the airport trying to go on vacation or come home from vacation or business trip or whatever it might be. And they're just stuck there for hours and hours and hours and hours, or days sometimes. Yeah, I guess if there's a mechanical problem, I want them to fix it. Take as long as you need. Throw some duct tape on it and let's go. Little WD-40. Get it with a hammer. Come on, let's get out of here. I am drinking sparkling water tonight, guys. Yeah, a little Flex Seal. You got stranded at DIA for 3 days. Oh, dude. Yeah, being stuck in the plane on the tarmac would be the worst thing. True. That would be, I might start to freak out a little bit. In the airport's one thing. That's not too terrible. That would suck still. But being on the plane, on the tarmac, it won't let you get off. You can't. That would be rough. That would be really rough. A little Flex Seal and just send it. Yep. They held you on the plane for 1.5 hours. Yeah, even that would suck, man. I had to learn doing this new job I'm doing to not drink so much liquid because I usually have to go to the bathroom a lot. Because as you guys probably noticed from my videos and live streams, I'm always drinking something. So I have to consciously don't drink so much liquid, Joe. I have to drive people and they got to get places. They don't want to wait for me every 2 hours. So anyone, Dave says, so anyone flying during the holidays? My son's coming home for the holidays from the Army, and he's up in New York. So I'm looking forward to that. I'm going to pick him up in Omaha and take him back to Omaha as usual. This guy says that happened to him at DFW, but the pilots let him join him in the cockpit, which is nice as a 767. Sweet. That's true. We got lots of dirt roads and ditches, and it's always when I delivered auto parts and I was by myself, I was just pull off on a dirt road real quick, do what you got to do. But now that I have actual people in the car with me, in the not in the car, in the truck with me, I should say, whatever it is, expedition. Yeah, before 9/11, things were different, weren't they, Sky? Definitely. 412 Keeley, what's up? Next year, you're going to have a real ID to fly anywhere in the United States. We got 15 people. Welcome, 412. How you doing? There's so many things that are out of control with our government right now. Tail Happy says he got his real ID but won't ever fly. Did not opt for the real ID. Anybody in here that has not subscribed, please hit the subscribe button for me. I'd really appreciate that if you do that, guys. Thanks for all the thumbs up over here, too. That was good. Chad Kempster's going to pee in his backyard and stick it to the man. Becky says, yeah, she said she'd never fly too, and look what happened. See? I really hate flying. I probably will have to fly before too long somewhere, but really hate it. I love driving. I've always wanted to take a train somewhere, like on a long trip, like a Amtrak or whatever, but never done that. Someday I should do that. I took a semi-long bus ride once when I was a kid, just like 800-mile round trips. It wasn't too bad. Sky used to fly all the time when you're single. You were a field service engineer for a robotic manufacturer. Cool. Yeah, I always kind of wanted to do the Amtrak thing. I might do that one of these days just for something to do. See if Kim wants to do it. I think we kind of talked about it before, but Dominic says any flight over 1 hour you cannot stand. Sky has traveled all over the planet on the company dime. That would be awesome. The crazy train, all aboard. Hell yeah. All aboard. Now I got Ozzy Osbourne's Crazy Train stuck in my head. Yeah, you need some. I put my daughter on a bus when she was 18-ish, and then another time a couple of years ago, and she was paying for it herself. She wanted to go see some of her friends and stuff like that, and she took buses. And I did not like putting her on that bus. It was there were some interesting characters on there for sure. Dave says his work here is done. Yeah, he got it stuck. That's an concept. That's a Dodge Boy says that's a good concept for an Aussie show. Sky One says South Korea and Israel were the longest rides. Yeah, that'd be a long one, huh? Damn. My longest flight I've ever taken is like 3 hours or so, I think. I've only flown a couple of times, so. Yeah, Becky's got it stuck in her head too. Just Dave, I did hear the new song. I don't know. It's okay. Sounds like Ozzy, and it's pretty good. I'm not a huge Ozzy fan to begin with, but I thought it was all right. I heard a lot of people didn't like it. Dodge Boy says his longest trip was by ship, 2 weeks from the west coast to Okinawa. Wow. Oh, yeah. Yeah, I imagine that would take a while. Jeez. Yeah, it's tail happy. Ozzy's still hanging in there somehow. I heard they're going to reboot the old Osbourne show, apparently, maybe. So that should be interesting. I never watched. That's another thing. I never really watched much of that, other than the highlights you'd see from the funny stuff that happened. But Chad says if you can get drunk and sober up 3 times on a flight, it's too long of a flight. Sky One says, Joey, Sky says his wifey got drunk, or no, I'm reading the wrong thing. She didn't get drunk. She got upset with you as you drifted a Challenger into the parking lot today. Oh, well, that's just fun now. Come on. Yeah, he's got new music out and stuff, so it sounded okay to me. I mean, I don't think I listened to the whole song because I was driving and doing some other stuff, but it might have been actually when I was making you guys a video. I might have had to turn it off to make the video. I know I was in the car and I didn't hear the whole thing, but it sounded like Ozzy, sounded like stuff. But I heard a lot of people say the guitar work wasn't that great. They didn't think so. I don't know. But did you do it in front of a cop? Crazy, but that's how it goes. There you go. Millions of people, millions of souls. I took off a couple times pretty hard with Kim in the passenger seat without warning her first, and she wasn't too happy. Oh, in front of another challenger to show off. Well, yeah, you have to do that. I had some people a couple of weeks ago. They were standing out in front of a restaurant talking, and I was going by, and the guy kind of stepped out into the street, and he was like trying to egg me on. He was trying to get me to and I was like, no. But then after I got about partial way up the block where he could still see me, and I could tell. I looked around real quick to make sure nothing was in my way or there was nobody who's going to see me really other than him. I just kind of lit him up real quick just as quickly as I could and let back off again. I'm a sucker for that stuff, especially if it's kids. Hey, Sky. Take it easy, man. Thanks for coming in. Appreciate it. I always have a good conversation. Thank you very much. See you next time, man. Yeah, this was down in Mexico. It was a Mexican restaurant. Later, Sky. See you next time, man. Anytime kids want to hear the engine or something, I have to, come on, it's kids. Ole. Oh, we're over an hour already. It's going by quick, man. Damn. 1 hour and 1 minute, almost 1 hour and 2 minutes. Time flies when you're having fun, doesn't it? Robert Moore says he's back from the Mach-E show, and that's a nice SUV, but it shouldn't have the Mustang name on it. It does look really cool from what I've seen. It looks pretty cool. But you don't think it should have the Mustang name on it? It sounds like they're going to do a bunch of Mustang stuff, apparently, like a lot of electric stuff in SUVs and with the Mustang name on it. The Mustang's going to have several versions, apparently, from what we're understanding. It is a really good-looking car for an SUV. We'll give them that. But yeah, I think it's kind of a shame to put the Mustang name on it. But they're in the business of selling cars. I guess they're going to do what they're going to do. Chad likes to watch kids on sport bikes try and look cool and crash as long as they're not hurt. Yeah, I don't want to see anybody get hurt. Yeah, it's an electric Mustang SUV, and it actually looks pretty cool, and I think it's pretty quick. So I don't know. A lot of electric stuff coming out. Yeah, they could just. I agree, Dominic. They should just name it the Mach-E, and then it still kind of resonates Mustang without saying the word Mustang on it. Yeah, 3 seconds 0 to 60. So pretty quick, very quick, and good looking as far as SUVs go. I'm not a fan of SUVs very much, especially the smaller, the crossovers and the mid-sized type SUVs don't do a thing for me. They all look exactly the same. Have you tired of the bruises on your arm? Getting smacked, huh? Well, I could have named it Edsel, Dodgebody says. I don't think that would have been a very good idea. Of course, most of the people who would be buying it probably wouldn't remember or know what Edsel even was, so maybe it would have worked. I'm looking forward to that. I forgot about this. I was looking at that movie Ford versus Ferrari. I want to see it really bad, and I will see it, I think. But somebody mentioned to me that there's a really good documentary on Netflix, and I watched it last night. It's called I think it's the 24-Hour War, and it's about the same story on its documentary form about the Ford versus Ferrari thing back in the day. So if anybody's interested in watching a interesting automobile type documentary, it's really cool. I think it's called the 24-Hour War. If you put in 24 on Netflix, it'll show it to you. And it's got talks to all the old race car drivers and all that stuff. And it's got some old interviews with Carroll Shelby, and it's got the Ferrari people in it. Enzo's in it and his son, and interviews with them and everything. So it's pretty cool. Definitely worth the watch. I liked it a lot. It was really cool. But I want to see the Ford versus Ferrari as well. But then, since I wanted to see that, somebody mentioned to me, go watch that documentary, and so I did. Really, really good. My eyes were closing towards the end. I was so tired, but I had to stay up and watch it because it was too good to turn off and wait till morning. I wanted to finish it. So the last 20 minutes or so, I was struggling, but I wasn't turning it off. Yeah, the movie looks really good too. I can't wait to see the movie. I know the movie, obviously, with like most movies, they just touch on the main. They don't go into depth, whereas this documentary went really into very depth of everything, and where the car came from, the whole story about how they were trying to buy a Ferrari, and more in depth than that, the whole deal. So pretty cool. Yeah, I was just thinking that Chad Enzo was kind of a jerk, and he pissed off Henry Ford, who built some race cars and beat him. That was the last time Ferrari ever won at Le Mans, and he also pissed off the Lamborghini, who was what they built tractors, I believe, farm equipment and tractors and stuff. And the guy bought himself a Ferrari that was a piece of crap, and Ferrari wouldn't take care of it, and Enzo told him to whatever and blew him off, and so he decided to start building his own cars too. So yeah, you make people mad, they come in and kick your butt eventually. Yeah, the whole Lamborghini story is pretty cool. This documentary shows how dangerous things were back then too. How many people died, and a lot of them weren't even wearing seatbelts, and cars would just burst into flames. The reason they wouldn't wear, some of them didn't want to wear seatbelts because the cars would burst into flames so often that they wanted to be able to get out. And so it was kind of like two bad choices. Do I not strap myself in so I can get out in case there's a fire? Or do I strap myself in case I crash? It was, times were different back then. They show them going around those tracks back then, and there's like no guardrails. There's like some hay bales and stuff is about the only thing they had for protection, which don't do a whole lot. Yeah, another play for planes. Yeah, the Lamborghini's making some fast tractors. You can plow the whole field really quick, and you can pick up some girls while you're doing it. It all started with Ford trying to beat the Corvettes. So they thought they'd hook up with Ferrari, buy Ferrari, and start beating Corvettes on the road courses. And that didn't come through, and it made him very angry. Decided he'd beat Ferrari. Plan on probably moving in a couple of years when all the kids are out of school to a different town, different city, somewhere a little bit more, something going on maybe. My dream retirement car is a Dodge Challenger Hellcat Red Eye. Yeah, rally racing fans are nuts. Standing right on the side of the road, in the road, on the outside of a corner. Crazy. Standing in the road waiting for the car to come, then running out of the way. I used to go to the Pikes Peak Hill Climb, which is kind of that way in Colorado, and um, people would get in the road and stuff, and really dumb. We'd always get like on the inside of a turn somewhere up on a hill, so probably the least likely for something bad to happen if somebody lost it or whatever. But I'd see people set up with their lawn chairs and kids and things like on the outside of a sweeping turn or something, and I just seemed like the dumbest thing in the world to me. If somebody loses it, they're gonna go right into all those people. True, true. I always figured the inside of a turn and up on a hill, I was reasonably safe at least, especially if I had my kids there and stuff. Like something could still happen, certainly, but it would be pretty unlikely. Yeah, I see a lot of the stuff lately that's like all these videos of people on city streets where they like block off people standing around the intersection or in the parking lot or whatever. They're circling a guy who's in a Challenger or a Camaro or something, and he's showing off in his car, doing burnouts and donuts, and they're running out there, and it's just like, man, I don't know. People are dumb. I don't know who's dumber, the guy driving or the people standing around. They're both stupid. You want to watch that stuff from a distance. You want to be right there, especially when they bring their kids and crap out there. Yeah, I think they're just not very bright. I don't know. Oh man, fans get a little close. Also, yeah, I've seen some of that. It's all good and fun to be up close and see everything and the sound and all the excitement, but I'd rather be back. I'll watch from a distance. It's not worth getting burned up or ran over or whatever. Tail Happy is out of here. Yeah, check out that car, man. Thanks for being here. Keep us updated too. Thanks for coming in. Appreciate it. See you next time, dude. Even some of all street racing is pretty dumb, but a lot of these guys making videos of themselves street racing, and they're not like out on the highway where there's nobody really out there or whatever. There's cars all around them. People driving home from work and going to the movies or dinner or something, and these guys are street racing, right? That's just, man. If the two guys racing want to risk things, that's their business, but don't want to put other people who are just on their everyday life going about their everyday business right in the middle of it. I wish there were more tracks all around the country or everywhere where people could go, because I know it is very tempting and everything to get out there and do things on the street because you don't have anywhere else to do it. It would be nice to see a lot of tracks come back and give people that option at least. I don't know how much it would help actually, but because that still costs money. Yeah, tell Happy if you're still here, we're all voting for you just to buy it. It's not our money though. So yeah, an airstrip would be cool. There's an airport here in town, but I know other people have talked to them about being able to take their cars out there or something a little bit, but they can't do it. So yeah, Chad says that where you grew up there was Friday night high school drags were great watching kids tear up their mom and dad's car. Yeah, mom and dad had no idea probably they were out there. Yeah, too much liability, and um, you never know when a plane might have to come in for a emergency landing. And you got people driving around out there. So, yep, probably not something that they're ever gonna. Especially in today's day and age of everybody suing everybody for everything, then people want to know why. People get upset when things change and rules change, and the cop won't let you just drive home when you're 2 blocks from home. Things like that. It's because they can get sued. It's happened, and plenty of cases where a guy pulls somebody over. The guy's maybe only had a couple of drinks. He's not that bad. They let him go. He goes, has more drinks, and ends up in an accident. Somebody gets hurt. They find out the guy got pulled over early in the night and was let go. And yeah, you can imagine lawyers have a field day with that kind of stuff. Same thing with the airport thing, or there's lots of things like that now. They just don't want to even think about it. Yeah, Dominic, to make it, if they simplified stuff, yeah, be nice if there was a drag track where you just pull up and pay for a pass. Yep. First come, first serve kind of deal, and just no deal. Yeah, everything's got to be so complicated. And Chad asked if Julesburg, Colorado track is an old landing strip. I think I've heard that somewhere before, too. We only have one. Well, we have Hastings Motorsports Park, which is about 60 miles from me, and there's a road course, and they have a quarter mile or an eighth mile drags on Friday nights during the summer grudge racing or whatever. I've never even been to it though. I'd like to go at least watch. Becky says there's a Camaro and a Mustang up the street that you would like to race. Yeah. there's a Camaro SS here in town that I told the guy we should race, and he said, "Oh no, I'm not doing that. You kick my." He thinks I would beat him too bad. I think he thinks my car's faster than it is. Yeah, call him out, Becky. Go do a burnout in front of their house. I seem to get more challenges on the roads around here from guys in diesel pickups than anything else. There was a GTR in town yesterday. I've seen him before in the past. He's been around a few times. And that car is really fast. I haven't gone up against him, but yesterday he didn't do this. I saw him yesterday in town, but the last time I saw him months ago, he I came out of one of the stores here in town. He was kind of parked over by my car. I think he wanted to see who it was or whatever. And I came out and I kind of waved or whatever, but I wasn't going to race a GTR, no way. And he just kind of waved or whatever. I don't know. He checked out my car. He drove off. When he took off out in the street, it was like a slot car taking off. I mean, it was like a rocket. That thing was incredibly fast. Because your car is an RT Classic, people don't always know that you only have the 5.7. Yeah, they might. Yeah, nothing wrong with the 5.7 though. You're still pretty quick. A lot of quick little diesel pickups, or big diesel pickups, I should say. And they want to prove it. It seems like there's most of those guys want to show you how fast it is, or how quick it is, I should say. And then I got the guys with the regular pickups there's tons of those around here. Regular old pickups, older usually pickups, and they're straight piped and they're really loud. They're not very fast, but they want to make a lot of noise, and they got to show me how loud their exhaust is. Every time they drive past me, or if I'm getting gasoline or something, they have to let me hear their engine, hear their exhaust. Becky says they're very annoying, and those loud ass trucks wanting to race. Yeah, they could be a little bit. I don't mind it, but some of them don't sound that good. They're just really loud, but they sound kind of crappy. But I get it. I mean, they're having fun. I have to each their own, whatever they're into, and especially with cars and stuff. It's a good thing we don't all have the same taste, and we like different stuff. So it's cool to see everybody's what they're into. A lot of younger guys that just basically cut off the exhaust and make a lot of noise, but that's cool, you know. Chad says he's around 4,000 horsepower diesels all week, smelling some kid's smoke rolling out of his truck is not your cup of tea. Yeah, I hear you. So I'm looking forward to this Tesla coming. That should be interesting, and I hope that I can make some good videos with it that you guys will enjoy. It's going to still be a Challenger channel, don't worry, but we'll get to work the Tesla in there a little bit. Maybe set up a little race. I'm hoping to get it before the weather turns really horrible, but with my luck, it'll probably come in the middle of a blizzard or something. But we shall see. That'll make for good video, though. I always think of everything in terms of the video I can make. Yeah, yeah. We're gonna have it brought here. So I'm hoping it's on the back of a big old truck with a bunch of other ones, and I don't know, make a big scene out front of the house. I'll try to get all that on captured as well, as much as possible, anyway. Hopefully better than when we took delivery of the Challenger. I was so excited that the video was terrible and bouncing all around. Yeah, he might have a man, but I might have to put on skinny jeans or they won't let me have the car. But we'll see. Get some of those sandals, vegan leather sandals. Yeah, the last C7 rolled off the line, I think Friday or something like that. Yep, it was black. I saw it. I saw the last one, the last front engine Corvette ever to be built. I think it was, I believe, Friday it rolled off the line. There's some pictures of it online. Definitely a historic moment. Finally done with that. Going to move on to the mid-engine from here on out. We'll see how that goes. It's pretty sure they hit it out of the park with this thing. They've done a hell of a job. The strike kind of screwed them up. It was auctioned off for 2 million. Yeah, I'm sure probably. Well, I figured it was going to be auctioned off or something, or to some kind of charity thing, or some rich person was going to buy it or something. Times there, I didn't think I'd ever see this. They've been talking about mid-engine Corvettes since I was a little kid. I mean, there's been prototypes before, but they've never actually, so pretty historic. Yeah, I probably never drive it, which is sad. I agree. I don't like seeing cars that don't get driven, but on the other hand, there's hundreds of thousands of C7s out there that get driven every day. So I guess, you know, they go to charity. Usually stuff like that does. First one, the last one, the last ZR1, the first, all those things. I saw a crashed C8 convertible. They said it was sitting behind the Bowling Green plant. Somehow they crashed one. Hopefully, whoever was driving it is okay, but the car was pretty messed up. Very good looking convertible, though. I don't usually like convertibles. I think they're ugly, kind of, and they're too heavy. And apparently, this one is not any heavier than the other car, and it looks really good. Pretty impressive. They did a hell of a job. And that whole car is just, and I can't wait to see the Z06 and the ZR1 or whatever they end up being called. They're higher level performance models that will be up and coming like they always do, probably in a year or two or whatever. It should be pretty damn impressive and pretty exciting to watch. And I'm sure there's certain people like Street Speed is going to get. I know he's getting a CA, but he'll be getting the next couple of versions that come out too, the higher performance ones, I'm sure. So that'll be cool to watch his videos. Yeah, they should donate it to me as well, Chad. We could. I think Dodge needs to give me a red eye, and I'll just take it, drive it around the country from coast to coast, Route 66, everywhere else, up and down all the highways, zigzag. I'll I'll document the whole thing on video, just like a regular guy. I don't think they're going to go for that though. Hey, Dodge Boy, thanks for being here. Appreciate you hanging out, man. Thanks a lot. Come on back next week, or if I come back, I may be back before next week. Thanks for being here. Appreciate it. Well, I think I'm going to get ready to head out here too. We've been doing an hour and a half, which is what we normally do. So I think it's time to wrap it up, guys. Thank you all for another great Sunday night. Sorry, I missed it next week or last week. Hopefully, I'll be here next week, and I will again. I'll probably try to be on. I may do some daytime ones again, like I tried last week. See how that goes. I know a lot of you guys are working and all that stuff, so you can't come and hang out, but we'll see. I'm gonna just start doing it at different times. The way my job is, I think I'll just have to start doing it whenever I kind of have the right moment to try to do it. So it could be nights, days, weekends, whatever. I was even thinking about doing a couple of like 4 o'clock in the morning ones just to see if there's anybody out there hanging out by themselves at 4 in the morning and needs to talk. You never know. We might be out there. Take care, everybody. Appreciate you all very much. Thank you for supporting the channel, and don't forget to subscribe if you're not already and everything. And totally appreciate you guys so much. Thank you for carrying on the conversation once again, making my job super easy as always. Thanks. See you soon. Hopefully get a video of some sort out tomorrow, whether it be live or a video. So take care, everybody, and good night. Have a good Monday. Take care, guys. Appreciate it.